Hello, hello, and welcome to Healthy Life with Kimmi and Jeff.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, how's it going? So, hey guys, we are live tonight with our weekly update. We got a few announcements. I'm so happy to say Jeffrey is here with me. We'll give YouTube a few minutes to notify everybody, and then we'll kind of get right into it. We'll let Jeffrey introduce himself. We'll talk about what's going on with the channel. And just kind of excited over this way. We're doing some great things. So we'll give YouTube a few seconds to notify you where we talk all things healthy and getting our lives together over here. So in the meantime, while we wait, I am Kimmi. I've had this channel for a moment. I document my healthy weight loss journey. Hey, to whoever is watching, welcome. I document my healthy weight loss journey. And I've been doing this since March. I do Weight Watchers, and it's been going great. I'll give you an update on myself in a minute. We'll let Jeffrey introduce. Hey guys, so sorry. The internet went out. I don't know what happened. Well, hopefully our other person will join us back. So we are still technically live. We had a little glitch there. So anyway, let's get right into it. Unable to load. I think StreamYard is having a problem. It's going crazy. Okay. Yeah, the weather must be getting ready to start. It's flickering. Hopefully we can get through this.
Well, we'll just do what we can. So
all right. So we were getting ready to let Jeffrey introduce himself. This is my husband.
Oh.
Hey Jeffrey.
Who am I? So I am Kim's husband. Am I okay? My name's Jeff Nunley, and wanted to say thank you for everyone for joining this evening and joining our live, and going to announce a few things, but just wanted to say thank you for coming with us on our journey, trying to improve on our health, and hope that you are trying to do the same thing as well.
So we'll get right into it. Let's talk about the numbers, because the numbers don't lie.
Oh, that's right. So we're doing our weekly weigh-in. So
yeah, this is our weekly weigh-in.
So ladies first.
Eek. Okay, so guys, I lost a total of 1.6 last week.
Okay.
And that gives me a total of 23 pounds since I started. You know, my goal was 25. I finally hit 25. Finally hit it, and then I went on vacation and had gained back like 6. So now I'm still coming off of that. So now we are at total 1.6 this week, and then 23 total for myself.
Okay.
Hey, welcome to those who are joining. We had a little glitch with the computer there, but we're back.
And for myself, since I started, I've been dabbling with Weight Watchers over the last, I don't know, a couple of years. I would track, I wouldn't track. I would kind of get on the horse, get off the horse. But October the 25th for me was my start date. And so since that time, I have lost 25.9 pounds. And this week, because we're changing it from every Monday. Is it Monday to Monday?
From Sunday to Monday.
Oh, I thought it was 7 days. Okay.
From Monday to Monday, but we changed it from Sundays to Monday.
Oh, yes. So it will be Mondays to Mondays as far as within a week's time, as far as we're kind of doing our official weigh-in. Mm-hmm. So I did 2.2 as of last week. So that's where I'm at. So
for a total, we're at 48.9. Mm-hmm. So Jeffrey has hit the 25. We know men lose faster, but he's very much more disciplined than I am. You guys know I tell you the truth when I cheat over here. So I've had a few setbacks.
Yeah, well, we got back. We did a cruise a few weeks ago, a couple of weeks ago now. I guess about 2.5 weeks ago we got back. So for myself, the reason why where I'm at with the weight, what have you, as far as weight loss, is because I've been, like Kim was saying, being pretty strict. When you keep going to the doctor and they tell you, okay, well, Mr. Nunley or Miss Nunley, you need to do this and you need to do that. And if you don't do this, it's going to happen. And, when you're younger, you hear it and you say, okay. And then you get get into the office and out the doctor's office, and you're in the car and you say, okay, I'm going to do it. And then after a few days go by, then you say, well, you forget. But as you start getting up in age, a little older, you recognize, okay, well, look, I got, a few days, I got these number of days ahead of me, to be quite frank, and I don't have time to play, because your body doesn't bounce back the way that it did before. So because of that, I said, okay, that was the day I went to the doctor. I was in the doctor's office and I'm like, that's a wrap. I'm not doing this again. So that's where I changed. So from that, I've been going to walking. We have a gym nearby. We go to Planet Fitness. You all see the commercials. We're not advertising for them. I'm just saying that's where we go. But when I go, when it's too cold, or for me, sometimes because of my schedule now, because at the beginning of last year, the first quarter of last year, I left my full-time job, and that's a whole nother story. But my schedule allows me to do a little bit more as far as free time, which is my time, if that makes sense. So I'll go walking in the morning, because I kind of walk a little fast, or maybe a little bit faster than Kim. And if you all been watching on that video a few weeks ago where she was screaming at me on the carrying on I didn't even know she was doing that till my mom says, "Yeah, I heard you was at the park there," and Kim was kind of upset. I said, "What are you talking about?"
My mother-in-law busted me out.
I'm like, "Oh my goodness," because I heard her. I had my headphones on. I was just in my zone. So anyway. So when I go,
because his legs are too tight longer than mine.
Well, she started pulling out the phone and started trying to talk.
He's just in a shorter chair, but he's 6 feet tall.
Look, what it is. I'm at the park. I'll say this, and I've told this to Kim, and it's everybody does it. How they do it. But I'm in the park, and I can feel somebody coming up behind me, and it's this little lady coming past me, and I think I'm going full steam, for me, and she's coming past me, and she's moving them little legs. And I don't know how she's doing it. And I'm looking as she's going up ahead. I'm like, how is she passing me? But anyway, anyways, on that day, so I'll go usually not usually, but most of the time I'll go by myself. When I get up in the morning, I'll go to the park. And if it's cold, and I dress appropriately, and I'll tell Kim if she wants to go later maybe to the park or whatever, then I'll go back with her. Or some cases, depending on the weather, we'll go back to the gym, and I'll do some more with her. And then keeping track. So I have my watch, which keeps the track of it, and I'll have it on my phone. So that's what I've been doing. So I said all that to say that from that point on October up to this point, I've been pretty on it. I wouldn't say strict.
Yeah, you've been
Well, strict. I guess I'll be strict, because when we got on the cruise, I told her once I was seeing weight coming off, and it was kind of scary. And in the beginning few weeks, I was a little scared. I'm like, oh, what's going on? Because it was like dropping like 3 or 4 pounds a week. And I'm, my clothes is changing, and I'm like, okay, am I doing something? Am I doing too much? I don't know here. But in any case, I realized, I said, we're going to get on this ship. And I phrased, and I keep telling her that's my phrase. Now I'm not going back. So when I got on the cruise, I was pretty specific about what I was going to do. I'm looking at how much I'm eating, meaning what I'm eating, not necessarily how much, which I didn't eat that much. We had an omelet in the morning. She got a little hash brown thingy, and maybe a piece of toast, and I maybe did a little bit of coffee, but I didn't do all the juices and and what have you. If we did a drink, we learned about how to do skinny drinks, which is something different. I didn't know about that. A friend of ours
I don't know if we talked about that last time. Did we talk about that?
I think we may have before. Before we went out of town. We had lunch with a friend of ours, a couple, husband and wife, and she does more vegetarian or vegan type of diet. And she asked, we went to a Mexican restaurant, and she asked the person, "Can I get a skinny?" And then we was trying to say, "What is that?" Skinny margarita. So from that, when we got on the cruise, then we knew to ask, even though I'm still being mindful of alcohol and how that, adds weight to you. So I was very limited with what I got. I would maybe sip a little bit of Kim's, and then a few nights, I got a little skinny drink, and even then I didn't drink all of that. So, and when I went to dinner, I got salmon. I didn't get all the, I ate maybe a couple of pieces of bread and a little piece of that. So, that's what I was doing to keep up with myself. And so, as a matter of fact, so I was able to maintain, and I brought my scale with me on the cruise.
That was the first. He actually took the scale on vacation. I took the scale
because I wanted to see what was going on, and I wanted to see if what I was doing was.
I'm glad he did, though, because it helped me not to go completely off track. Because I got on that scale a couple of days. I was like, okay, so tomorrow I'm going to do ABC. So we never traveled with a scale before.
Yeah. So that I did that when I brought my workout clothes on the cruise. I went walking up there on the top deck, or I even went to the gym a few days. When we got back, we were still in Florida, and I went walking. Wherever we went walking. So that's become our routine.
Yeah, so we got to get that walk in no matter what. So I always like to tell you guys how my week went. Jeffrey already kind of talked about it. We do have one question here. So Blue Truth says, "Congrats, Mr. and Mrs. Keep up the good work. Do you say how much you weigh?" Are we ready to disclose that? Maybe another 25?
Yeah, I'll just say this. I'll say that I lost 25. And
maybe in another 25
we'll get into that because I'm not feeling that. I don't.
but how many pant size have you gone down?
I can't say how many.
Because his suits are falling off.
I'm looking like Farmer Bill or something with the pants is just kind of. I wear suspenders, and so it's just kind of just dangling off of me. It literally, and I move it from this way to that way. It's like that. It's like bang, 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 go back and forth. So it's just dangling there.
And I don't mind sharing my dress sizes. I started at a 22, 24, and I actually recently just bought an 18. If that helps you kind of figure out the size. Honey, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. And I had on a little black dress the other day. I bought a sweater dress. Hate sweater dresses because it's too much work. But I have a sweater dress that I bought the other day, and that thing, I ain't gonna tell y'all, but I was looking pretty good.
Yeah,
I felt good
too.
She
looked good.
I was moving faster, which is nothing new. I've been talking about that since I started this journey. But I'm ready to go into next level. And the blessing is, hey Max, thank you, Blue True. The blessing is that since Jeffrey's doing it with me now, I'm even more stricter because I can't let him do me, pass me up now. It ain't a competition, but and it makes it easier us doing it together. It really does. So if you have a family member that you can do it with, his brother's doing it, mom's doing it. I mean, we got quite a few family members. My sister's even thinking about it. She's been talking. She go out and buy the Weight Watchers cookie. Now she's not doing it exact, but we'll take anything we can get. But now that he's on board, I'm really hoping to kick this year into overdrive. And we're going to take the channel in a slightly different direction too. Jeffrey will be joining me much more. I probably will end up changing the name of it to Healthy Life with Kimmi and Jeff. Because I want him to share his story. I really want men to see what he's doing. Because short story, we went to the doctor like he's already admitted. And they told him, we went to the doctor, like last year was a really rough year for us. That was actually, we're in 2024 now. So I lost my mom. This we're 2022. I lost my mom. Jeff lost his dad. The year before that, I lost my father. You guys know we've had a lot of losses. I lost my youngest sister. So we've had a lot of deaths in the family. So Jeff's blood pressure was out of control. Short version. We could not do anything to get it right. Back and forth to the doctor, And every time, Mr. Nunnally, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Same thing. And finally, he was just like, that's it. October 25th. So prior to that, we were kind of, I'm always like, well, you shouldn't eat this, you shouldn't do that, you know. And he would say he didn't get irritated. You would tell me that didn't irritate you.
No, I didn't irritate. But after when you recognize that you have to do some things for yourself, and so I was listening to Kim, and then my mom that she mentioned that she was doing it, and I'm listening to her, and I'm looking at her and what she's been going through the last couple of years since my dad passed. So I'm like, if she can keep getting up every day and doing it, and I said, well, let me do it as well. So and then you're at the doctor and they keep telling you stuff. So I'm like, okay, well, I got to do something because I want to be, do the best. I don't want it to be where you're laid up in the hospital and it's something that you could have changed. And then she was sending me some different YouTube, different things from different doctors. And I'm not plugging any names because we're not getting paid for anything. It was just stuff that we all can look up online. It was a Dr. Bobby Price.
Yeah, he's a vegan.
He's a vegan.
No, plant-based.
Plant-based.
Because he says it's different. That's why I would tell you guys I'm not plant-based. I'm really thinking about it.
So we're not advocating anything.
No.
We're not saying what you should do. So she kept sending me that, and I started reading this book about the food and what it does to you and all the chemicals that are in it. And anything that's coming out of the ground, that's what you really want to be trying to eat. And the one thing a phrase that he used, something to the effect of, if it's in a box, then it could put you in a box. And I'm like, oh, snap. So that's deep. So when you're looking at, then he's explained, if you go to that on YouTube and you can see it for yourself, the different stuff that he's talking about and other doctors, but just other stuff that he's talking about food and what it does to you and how it can, when you go to the doctor, most time they just want to write you a pill and they don't say, well, eat this and eat that, and it can help reverse. So that's what I've been doing. It's been helpful. My blood pressure has been really good. It was about a month ago. I went in there and she did the machine and it said like 116 over 60 something. And I'm like, what? And I sat there in shock. I couldn't believe, because I never had that.
I was wondering what was wrong. I thought and the doctor was looking like what's wrong?
I'm looking like that's a crazy stuff.
He was just so surprised. His blood pressure is never.
So then I said, well, look, do it again with the manual. So she come back in a few minutes later and she did it, and it was pretty much the same thing, like 118 or something. So now it's been like 120, 125, 129 or 130. It depends. It's been pretty good. So it's been helpful. We've been doing in the morning, and we'll do a green smoothie. We'll do we use a lot of kale, spinach, so that it's green. If it's green, I
don't even use spinach no more. I stopped using spinach.
Oh, okay. So she just
about a week ago.
Yeah. So almost straight kale, and maybe a banana or something to kind of give a little sweetness to it,
and a few strawberries,
and a few strawberries to kind of give a little sweetness. And that's been
and a ginger,
and we've been doing like a ginger paste. We can get into that. That's another time.
We put the video out.
Yeah.
Already.
Oh yeah, we did that. So you can look at that. So, with that being said, that's been really helpful. And I eat a boiled egg or an egg or something, protein. So that's what we've been doing just about every day, And
the reason I mentioned your doctor's visits, because both of us have not been the sizes that we are in probably 15 years.
Yeah, because I'm looking now I'm going into the closet in my old suits, which I don't even want to wear those anymore because they're like old. But now I'm gonna have to. I don't even know what to do, because I just got a couple of suits. I just got a suit like 3 months ago, just before I went to the doctor. Went and got it sized, altered, and then started this journey. And now that's big, as far as the pants. And I got another suit that I wore. The last time I wore it was when we went out of town in November. And I probably look really ridiculous wearing that at this point. So I'd have to get that, if they can even, how much they can do with the jacket. I don't even know, to tell you the truth.
I want to start over and get a new.
But I do know that when I went to the store, and I did go down a suit size. So
do you mind sharing your suit size?
Well, I mean, I saw that stuff. I'll tell you. I'll get to it a little bit.
I told something. He could tell
something.
I
am telling what I'm eating and stuff. So, but it went down a size.
Well, we want to push him on that.
I'll wait till a little bit. I'm a little something now. I'll wait till
you a little something.
I know. So I'll wait a little while.
I'm like, don't let it go to your head.
No. I still got a little ways to go.
No, he's doing amazing, guys. I'm so proud of him. There are no words. And I guess the best part about it is that he's doing it for himself, not because I'm making him, not because I'm fussing at him. And the same reasons I'm not doing it, because my mother would be like, oh, you need to lose some weight. Oh, I'm so worried about you. Oh. We're actually both doing it for the first time in our lives because we want to. So I always like to share a few things that went well, some things that we learned. So we did learn there's a difference in kale, guys. So can you talk to that? I can drink some water.
Oh, so
the difference in the kale.
I don't know if this is what you're thinking about, but it's
well, you said how one make you go more.
Oh well,
y'all know we always talking about food.
Yeah, so we started off with I think the kale we get at Aldi's. They have the kale that's already cleaned, so we started using that. And then when we got back in town, we couldn't get to Aldi's. I know what it was. We got back in town just before Christmas. So only store we can get to, we got some, I think maybe it was Publix. And so we got they didn't have a straight bag of kale, I don't believe. Because everything was bought up. So we got a kale, spinach, something else mixed like in a little, the container. And
I actually did a video on it.
Yeah.
And in that mix though, it had more charred. It was a charred spinach, and kale was like the last ingredient. Well, I didn't know that's what it meant. So it probably wasn't a lot of kale in there. So now we went back to strictly using kale, and we could see the difference in how it processes in our bodies.
Yeah, because a few days later, after it was just random, after she had been doing it so we had been doing the kale, the smoothies in the morning. And then we talked about how it affected our, when we went to the bathroom, right? And so then now we get on the ship, and we did a few days where we got a smoothie, and it was close to it, but it wasn't the same. And so now we were like, we can't wait to get back home so we can start doing back to our smoothies. So then we get to the store and can only get what we can get. So a few days passed, maybe about, I don't know, 4 days. And I just randomly brought up, I says, this smoothie is not the same, because when I go to the pot, right? So it's not the same. And she said, oh, Kim says, that's the same thing for me. So we realized, okay, we got to go back to the straight kale, which we've been doing.
More roughage. It was more real deal.
Yeah.
So just be cautious in what you buy, and you'll be surprised at the difference, because it said organic. It said all these mixed greens and power greens and this and that, but it didn't have the same nutrients. It didn't go through us the same way. Y'all know I'm always talking about poop, like Dr. Oz used to.
Yeah.
So just a couple more things we wanted to give y'all a few more updates on. We're in a few more goals. So we mentioned going to the gym because it's been a little cold here. Planet Fitness, we do not represent them, no link or nothing like that, but they have 24 cents right now. And you may be able to join with a friend because it's really nice in a bind. We both prefer to walk outside, but when it's cold, we have been going to the gym this week. So,
now to that point, I told him that I'm going to start incorporating more at the gym, because I need to start working on weights and incorporating that.
Make it tight
to make it, yeah. So that's what I've been using when I go to the gym. I do the walk on the treadmill for a little bit, about a half an hour. And then I start doing some of the weights, but I'm going to start incorporating more of that into my, I guess, quote unquote, regimen.
Right. Yeah, very good. And then we have been eating more omelets. We've been eating way more omelets, veggies, no meat, mushrooms, bell pepper, red pepper, yellow peppers, and spinach. And what I do with the omelet, I'll probably end up doing a video. Because I just like it. Now, when I make the omelets, this is my little cheat. I'm gonna give y'all a tip. I make one big omelet, and then I put it in 2, and then I flip it, because it's easier than trying to make 2. I'm all about trying to keep things simple. you know. I really am. So that's what I've been doing with the omelets. And I've been trying to get off of cheese. I think that some of that drainage that I have a lot of times, quite honestly, I'm trying to get off of cheese, but I love me some cheese. I'm trying. How are you guys doing with your journeys? Feel free to drop it in the chat while I share a couple more tips with you. You all know I got a NutriBullet. I've been loving that. That thing has been life changing. It's the best thing since sliced bread. I'm gonna make a new smoothie video with my NutriBullet, showing you how much greens I put in there. Because before our smoothies were more like a berry color, either strawberry or blueberry, but now they're really green. And you want to talk to that? Because I know even just seeing it make you feel more healthy.
Oh yeah, once we started, I mean, she was doing the smoothies, and it was more fruity type, and it was getting off topic. Like the reason why it's really registering as far as what you're eating. We just watched a documentary. Again, we're not saying what to do, but it was this documentary. It says you are what you eat. That's the title of the documentary. It was a twin experiment. It just come out, and they did an experiment with twins, and one was kind of eating more of a vegetarian diet, and another one was doing, I forgot what they call it. It was like a mixture, like, but it was with food with beef, still eating meat, and what the results were. And then they start talking about how they're processing the foods and stuff like that. I'm like, oh my goodness, I don't even want to eat chicken almost. So I'm not saying I don't, but it's just like goodness. So then you're recognizing, which is true, you are what you eat. And so now we're as, I don't know if the phrase is right, you're eating to live and opposed to living to eat. Mm-hmm. So now when I go and eat something, you know, like it's with a cake or something, I look at it and I get a little something, but it's not like, I mean, I'm not saying I'm not going to eat another piece of cake because I just had some other day, but I'm very conscious of it now and opposed to before. Before you say, you know, I really shouldn't eat it, but then you go and you're still eating all other kinds of stuff. So now during the course of the week, I'm specific about what I'm eating. And then if you look at, since we're doing Weight Watchers, if that's what you're doing, you calculate your points. And we really don't eat that much out as far as fast food. We went over there to that Whataburger. Anyway, I don't want to get into all that. You just be mindful of the points.
I think you should tell them right quick about Whataburger.
Whataburger, because the Whataburger, they just brought it here to the Georgia area.
People are going crazy.
I mean, they're wrapped all around the building.
No shade, Whataburger.
And if that's what you like, okay, fine, no problem. I'm not saying, you know, but when you're doing your Weight Watchers and you're calculating your points. And so now my points are starting to go down. So now as I'm calculating my weight. So, you know, I'm going to tell you about the Whataburger in a second. When I first started doing Weight Watchers more seriously a few months ago, we're just kind of dibbling and dabbing, in which I kind of was being mindful of what I was eating. I was in the store and I picked up a honey bun and I scanned it. And it said that thing was almost 20 points. I said, that's almost half my thing for the day. And you know, within an hour or so, you're going to be hungry. So that was from then. And so then now, a few weeks ago, about a month ago, we were in Whataburger. They just opened it up the street from our home. And people are it's literally wrapped around the building. So we didn't get a chance to do that thing because I didn't want to wait in the line. So then the next time we were in the area and the line was a little bit shorter. So we put into Weight Watchers what this would be, what type of burger or whatever it was. I mean, even the small was
that was before you started doing. Remember we were going to go there one day with Angela, and I was like, I can't eat there.
Yeah, that was last summer.
I was doing Weight Watchers, but he hadn't started.
I hadn't really started, but I was looking at him like it's not really worth it.
Yeah, I was like, it's 29 points.
That was last summer. Yeah. So this time when we went,
now we both doing Weight Watchers, so we both really in tune with them points.
And so I'm like, I'm really now so this was since October. This was like last month. And so now I'm really strict about what I'm eating. So we're in the line. I'm calculating what it is. They said that we get to the person to take the order. They kind of do like Chick-fil-A. They come to the car, and they didn't have the smaller burger, which is what we were going to do. Each one was going to do a small one because it was like, I don't know if it was like 15 points or something like that. We was going to take a chance, and And so then they said, well, we don't have any more buns for that size, or they didn't have any more patties or whatever they had ran out. So we just got the big size single, split that in half. I took one bite and I'm like, this is really not, I can make my own burger that tastes better. And I'm not saying it don't taste good, but it's just like, I knew that all of the points and all that stuff in there, I didn't need to have. So I'm like, I'm not doing it. Yeah. So I didn't do it. I just ate a couple of bites and threw it and put it in the bag, threw it out. I was done. Like, I'm not doing it. So
I ate it, y'all, but I regretted it.
She ate it. Did you get sick?
I didn't get sick, but actually, I did get a lot of gas.
Yeah, she got a lot, and I said, I told you don't eat all that stuff. So
I did. I got really gassy.
Yeah.
And about that gas thing, really quick. I had an episode. You guys know I like to tell you what happened. What happened to me? I had gas terribly. We're gonna get ready to wrap up too. But I had gas in my back.
Yeah, because
I had it in my back. The game coming on. I had gas in my back though, guys. And it was from eating Mexican and beans. And I love Mexican food, but this, I don't know what happened. It went up my back. I had to take 2 Gas X because y'all know I got all that kind of stuff. Gas X, dairy pills, da-da-da-da-da. And I think it was because I had the 2 flour tortillas. It was late at night and I didn't process it properly. So that was a hot mess. But we're gonna
I tell her though, I do all the time, don't eat that stuff. Don't she go ahead and do it, and then next thing you know, she's doubled over.
I'm like, oh no.
She has her gallbladder was removed, and so she has to be mindful of that. So we sometimes go back and forth, and she about to want something, I fuss her out, and so
so I'm working on that. So we got a Blue True says excellent, thank you. Fun Kid says I'm glad you did this chat. You did this chat live chat. I really needed it. If you both are so encouraging. Oh, thank you. And that's what we want to do. We really want to help people. So please stick with us. We're going to be doing recipes. We're going to be doing like Meatless Monday recipes together. We are going to try to go live either on Monday or Tuesday with our results weekly. So if you have any questions, if you want to share, you'll be able to have a safe space. Some other goals that we came up with for ourselves next week are we're going to be trying to eat less canned goods because sometimes we eat a lot of green beans out the can just because it's quick. But we're going to be working on that. We're going to continue to increase our water. Any tips on your water? Because I know you're doing much better with that.
Yeah, I'm drinking. As a matter of fact, I'm behind today right now. Got this big thing of water, so I do maybe
from Buc-ee's.
From Buc-ee's,
I bought him a what is it? Like a thermal?
A thermal, and it's big, so big around, and it's so tall.
I think it's 32 ounces.
And if I do one of those, I'm going pretty good. But I try to do 2, but it's a little later in the evening, so otherwise it'll have me going all night. So, but I try to increase my water. I have increased my water. But today I'm a little bit behind. So
Blue True say, who you with, Michigan or Washington?
I'm from Detroit. We're both from Detroit, so that clears that up.
Go Blue, right?
Yeah, there you go. We got Go Blue. So I've been wearing that. I've been wearing that. I got a Michigan jacket about a month ago. The barbershop that I go to, is a guy that comes in there, one of the customers, and he's from Michigan, from Detroit, and he's full from top to bottom. He has the Michigan jacket. He's got the Michigan sweater. He's got the shoes, the blue and yellow shoes. He's got the socks. He's got the ring. He is serious. I said, I'm going to get me a Michigan jacket. So I got me a Michigan jacket. It comes through I ordered it online, and I go to the store, and I'm going to wait to see what happened tonight. I hope it turns out good, because it get kind of hostile every time I put that jacket on. Somebody getting ready to do something. They hollering at me from the side over there. So I don't know. So we'll see what happened. But I'm going with the home team. So
we're gonna let you guys go so you can get into the game too. Go Blue. Thank you so much for your support as always. Thank you for making Jeffrey feel welcome to the channel. And we look so forward to being able to share our journeys. I'll still come sometimes separate. He may hop on. Doubt it. But anyway, guys, we will definitely continue to share our journeys with you, okay? And we will share our numbers. Give us a little bit more, and then we'll share our numbers.
Yeah, we'll get into that in a little bit.
We ain't that secretive. We kind of open book naturally.
Well, I got to get in. I got to warm up, and then I got to.
Yeah, give them a few more weeks. Don't just like the first one be like, hey, how much you weigh?
Yeah,
All right, y'all. Enjoy the game. Thank you. Until next time, guys. This is Healthy Life with Kimmi and
Jeff.
Bye.
Bye now. We'll see y'all.
Good night, everybody. Thank you for your support.